Okay, Rasikesh, welcome to YourPedia. Let's start your full mock for DRDO.
Thanks, sir.
You are from computer science background.
Yes.
So introduce yourself first.
Okay. So my name is Rishikesh Rajkumar Poddar and I am currently pursuing my Master of Technology at Visvesvaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. So prior to this, I have completed my B.Tech from my native place at ATS SBGI Mirrors, which is affiliated with DRDO University, Lonere. So during my B.Tech, I have undergone internships and learned valuable skills as a software developer and as a full stack developer. And I am a highly proactive learner. So I have worked on various projects on different domains, such as web development, app development, game development. And apart from academics, I am highly involved with student organizations to strengthen my leadership skills by working with variety of peoples and organizing successful events.
Okay. You said you are proactive learner.
Yeah.
So what do you feel? What you have learned proactively? The other students are lacking, and you are learning something proactively.
Okay.
Do
So,
any
sir, one of the major difference I feel is the ability to learn something new and try hands-on experience. For example, many of the students might working and using various Android apps, but few of them are interested to know how to develop that. Many of us are playing games, but few of them are interested in how to develop that. So that thing, I guess that I have.
okay.
That,
Indian government have uh, developed one of the operating system,
yeah, I heard about Bharat OS.
Bharat OS. So how does it differentiate from other operating system?
Sorry, sir, I don't have that much understanding. Just I heard of it.
Okay, you have not learned proactively about that. Hmm?
Just heard of that thing.
Acha. So who developed this app? Sorry, operating system?
Uh, some IIT students, I guess, sir.
Which IIT?
So I just have overview of that. Just know a little bit.
Hmm. Okay. Acha, being a layman, what is that dark net?
Darknet.
Hmm.
Yeah. So darknet is basically the hidden internet from the public areas, such as many of the organizations or many of the companies will have their own websites that were hidden from the public access, such as like Google. Basically, they scrolling through the publicly active websites such as .com, .ins, but these websites having domains such as .onion or .something that is restricted to that people's only. So we can say that majority of the internet part is hidden to that organizations that is not accessible to public. We can say that it is darknet.
So that work on VPN?
Sorry, sir.
Is that work on VPN?
Uh, we could not say that because there are many onion websites that we can access through Tor browser or something like that. VPN actually a technology which uses some routers server situated at some different place and creates a secure channel for our device to that server and assume it illustrate that that server is sending data rather than us, so it protects us, that kind of thing. But darknet doesn't do that thing.
Acha, is a concept uh, क्या बोलते हैं उसको cloud
Yes.
data.
uh,
What is that cloud storaging device or cloud server?
Okay, so cloud server is basically used as a storage device in the net, in the net in the LAN networks or some in some internet also. So cloud device is basically its purpose is to store and retrieve the data that is being collected by connected nodes and all these things. So basically its purpose is to just store and give the data that which is requested to it. It has its own operating system, it has its own system, but its sole purpose is to just keep data and give the request like this.
ओके अच्छा, हम YouTube पे इतना वीडियो बनाते हैं, वो करते हैं, तो वो कहाँ पे स्टोर होता है? वेयर इट गोज डाटा? इतना डेली लैक्स ऑफ वीडियोस goes on uploaded in YouTube. So where these data got stored?
Okay. So सर जैसे कि ये सारी कंपनीज है, तो ये सभी कुछ क्लाउड एज अ सर्विस को देने वाली कंपनीज है, तो उनसे ये सब डेटा स्टोरेज जो है ले लेती है. तो ये पॉसिबल है कि यूट्यूब का उनका खुद का क्लाउड स्टोरेज है, तो ये सब डेटा वो वहां पे फिजिकली कहीं एक लोकेशन पे स्टोर किया जाता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अक्रॉस द एरियाज.
Okay. Now Rashika ma'am, Amman sir will take for technical. Okay, ma'am, over to you.
Rashika ma'am, मैं पहले कर लेता हूँ. Actually, I have a snap at 9:30.
Amman sir, okay.
Hello Rushikesh.
Hello sir.
Okay, Rushikesh, कोई favorite subject?
Yeah, computer networks, operating system, computer architecture and organization, data structure.
Okay. Computer architecture. Okay. And operating system. Okay, can you explain what paging is?
Okay, so sir, paging is concept basically used to provide virtualization or illusion. The concept is that many of the processes cannot be fit in the single RAM due to the limited storage. So by using the paging concept, we are dividing the process into small blocks known as pages, and we are taking some pages of the process into the main memory and providing illusion that the whole process is running on the CPU, so that it increases the degree of multiprogramming. So basically, memory management unit comes into the picture to match the logical address space with physical address space by using page table.
Okay, can you explain me what expand opcode technique is? Expand opcode technique.
Sorry sir, I don't know.
Okay. Let's say that, can you tell me what's the issue with paging that we move on towards multi-level paging? What's the issue with paging?
So the issue is that actually we store a single page table into a single frame. So if the process have multiple pages and the page table size is grown bigger than the frame size, then we need to divide that page table into multiple page tables. And in the hierarchy, we have some another page table which contains the reference of these smaller page tables. So like this way, the multi-level page table concept is introduced.
Okay, let's say that you have a linked list, and starting is normal, but after some time you have a loop in that.
Okay.
And you want to find out whether you want to check whether loop is present in some linked list or not. How will you check that?
Okay, so sir, I have watched some YourPedia videos. So basically what we can do is that we can able to maintain two pointers. One is a small slow pointer and one is the fast pointer, which shifts to two nodes at a time. So when basically at some point of time they will meet at some point, and that point, the distance from that point to the start of loop is the same as the start of the linked list to that merging point. So basically we will run another pointer from start.
Okay, तो मतलब आपने वीडियो देखी है तो इस वो वाला क्वेश्चन है, बट आपने वीडियो के चक्कर में ना क्वेश्चन मैंने कुछ और पूछा, आंसर आपने कुछ और क्वेश्चन का कर दिया. Question
so,
you have to detect the loop. ये नहीं
okay.
you have to tell me the starting of the loop.
Sorry. So, sir, answer is we are storing addresses into an array, and each time we refer an address, we can check that if that address is previously visited by us or not.
Okay, if we don't want to store the linked list in array, then you cannot store anything. You don't have that much memory. Then what?
Okay, so like I said, I will maintain two pointers, slow and fast pointer. So at some point of time, they will be on the same node. So that point I will get to know that there is some
Okay,
loop.
done. Acha, let's say that there has been a deadlock. Okay. And you want to deadlock has occurred and you want to recover the system from deadlock and you want to preempt some process. So what are the criteria that you can use in order to select which process you are going to preempt?
Okay. So, sir, process preemption criteria will be based on the how much resources that process is consuming and how much busy it will go to the CPU likewise. So, if the process is taking lower resources as compared to process which takes the higher resources, so we'll basically go with the preemption of the higher.
Any other criteria that you can use to select the process?
Okay, sir. Process completion time, shortest remaining time of that process.
Okay, or
priority,
or
the IO events that process was using. If it consists of more IO events, then we cannot select that.
Okay. Okay, Rushikesh, let me give you your feedback. तो बस एक ये प्रोसेस वाला जो क्वेश्चन था उसमें बस एक यही मतलब ठीक है, इतने आपने बता दिए, मोर देन सफिशिएंट है. बट हाँ कि ये एक थ्योरेटिकल सा क्वेश्चन है, तो अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आए तो उस पे ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपके पास पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए. तो जैसे एक रिसोर्स था कि आपने बोला ना रिसोर्स वाला, तो उसमें दो होते हैं कि या तो ये देख लो जिसने सबसे ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज को ऑक्यूपाई कर रखा है, या फिर ये देख लो जो सबसे ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज को डिमांड कर रहा है कि अगर 5 की डिमांड कर रहा है, कोई 10 की कर रहा है, तो 10 वाले को प्रीएम्प्ट करोगे और ऑक्यूपाई के ऊपर. बाकी जितने भी आंसर थे तुम्हारे सही थे, बोलने का सही है, कॉन्फिडेंस है, और आंसर बहुत ही ज्यादा टेक्निकल थे. मतलब अच्छा ठीक था, मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि लेमन टर्म्स में समझा रहे हो या इधर उधर घूम रहे हो, नहीं, बिल्कुल टू द पॉइंट और बहुत ही टेक्निकल थे. सो ऑल ओके फ्रॉम माय साइड.
Okay, thank you, sir.
नो इशू. रशिका मैम, ओवर टू यू.
Yeah. So Rishikesh, you told that you are doing M.Tech from NIT Nagpur, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
In which semester?
I am currently at second semester.
Second semester. So what all subjects have you studied or you are studying now?
Okay. So in my current semester, I am studying advanced database, then distributed system, deep learning, advances in data mining. That's it, and one software lab.
And what were the subjects in first semester?
Okay, in the first semester we have pattern recognition, and then mathematics for machine learning, then fuzzy techniques, fuzzy and neuro techniques like subject.
Okay, you are studying distributed system. What is distributed system basically?
Okay, so ma'am, distributed system basically is the network, which is known as the network to outside world, but inside there are multiple nodes connected with each other. There might be clocks might be different, their memories might be different, but they share some common attributes, such as if some node is requesting data, outside node is requesting data to the network, then it internally searches which node has its data and gives that. So likewise, it works as a single network.
Okay, what was the name of your subject? Distributed
Systems.
What? Distributed system.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. What is the characteristics of distributed system?
Okay. So characteristics of distributed system, we can tell that sorry ma'am, I cannot able to.
Okay. The main function which you can say is of distributed system. Why do we implement?
Basically, we implement the distributed system because it serves the purpose that we can store the data on different devices. We can get same program.
Do we share resources also?
No, ma'am. Resources are unique to the different nodes, but yes, they can share some other resources such as cloud servers and all these things if connected in the network.
So it is sharing resources, correct?
Ha.
Okay. What is fault tolerance?
Fault tolerance
Hmm.
in terms of
In terms of distributed system.
mm, it just starting, ma'am. So I haven't gone there.
No problem. We have said advanced algorithms also, right?
No, advanced database.
Okay, advanced database. So what is the difference between database and advanced database?
Okay. So in the database subject, we have learned about how the data is being stored and what is the SQL, what are the SQL commands and all these things. But in the advanced database, we are exploring some software storage mechanisms such as Oracle. So how it does store the data, what is table space, how it stores in the.
How is Oracle storing the data?
Okay.
Can you explain?
So, ma'am, what happens is that when we create a table, Oracle creates a table space allocated with that. So one table space may consist of multiple tables. So these table spaces were kept in a one data structure called as extent, and these extents were stored on the continuous were stored on the continuous storage that were allocated to the Oracle at the start of the program. So these extents might be somewhere differentiated as the continuous storage, but it is restricted in that. So like this way, the Oracle stores.
Okay, how are they manipulating the data? Any idea?
I guess, ma'am, it stores a table-like structure where each block is located
Any
on
idea
which.
what are stored procedures in databases?
No, ma'am.
Have you heard PLSQL anywhere?
PLSQL, yeah, I heard, but it haven't come yet. It is yet to come.
Okay. So PLSQL is basically for stored procedures. It's a complete programming language, basically, you can say. Okay. In databases, what is the cursor?
The cursor is basically, in terms of programming, we use cursor to basically add an instance of database that is attached to it. So rather than.
And what is a trigger?
Trigger. Trigger is basically means generally activity which reflects the action. I don't know in terms of database.
So you told that you have developed few web applications. Which
Yes.
web applications have you developed?
So I have developed websites for the EdTech platform and for the online mock test system, as well as some election management system. Like 3 projects I wanted.
Okay. So they were all management systems related to database. And in mock system, what did you do?
In the mock test
exam.
Mock test exam. Actually, the plan is to construct a similar website to the GATE application like this. So on that we have the questions stored in the database. So we require to show that to the student on the sequential manner, and along with the timer to know that student must finish that exam within the given time.
Okay. So which underlying technology did you use?
Ma'am, in the backend I use MySQL, and in the front end I use in the backend I use MySQL for the database and Laravel, which is a framework of PHP, and in the front end I use Bootstrap.
Okay, and all of the applications you have used similar technologies, right?
Yeah, all the web applications I have built
All
on
were
this.
on Laravel and MySQL.
Yeah, PHP, MyAdmin, MySQL.
Okay, so all the works have been related to database or anything other technology other than this you have ever used
Mm.
for game development. What did you use?
Ma'am, for game development, actually we need to develop a multiplayer game. So for that, there was one model, that is Fun2, provided in the Unity 3D library. So we use their service to synchronize the player communication services.
Which language did you use? Java?
No, no, ma'am, C#.
C#.
Unit 3D, because the many of the tutorials were available in C#, so I prefer to go with that on Unity 3D.
Okay. So, Rishikesh, I will give you my feedback, your feedback. Okay. So, I think most of the places you were confident enough and you have answered the questions very smoothly. The questions which I asked from your MTech subjects that were also more or less like nicely you answered. But these things, one place I felt like in distributed systems, this fault tolerance is just the basic. I think in characteristics, this openness, resource sharing, concurrency, this is the first page of any distributed system whenever you start with. So these things you forgot, okay? Just don't, like, few things you are expected to remember. What you are studying, you can never forget it, right? They can ask you anything, even B.Tech first year subjects also they can ask if they want to. So you are expected that you should at least have basic idea, brief idea of all those things. Okay, and all other places I felt okay, you answered them correctly and confidently. That is the most important part. And you are confident enough to answer all the questions. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, sir, over to you. I'm done.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. ऋषिकेश, आई थिंक नॉलेज पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप बहुत अच्छे हैं, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, ठीक है ना? लेकिन इंट्रोडक्शन में ना कभी भी ऐसे वर्ड्स नहीं इंक्लूड करने चाहिए जो आपका ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस शो करते हैं, ठीक है ना?
सर जैसे कि
जैसे आप प्रोएक्टिव लर्नर की जगह बोल सकते हो सर आई एम ए गुड लर्नर सर, ठीक है? हाँ, क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, ये चीजों का वो हो जाता है कि अच्छा ठीक है, पूछते हैं क्या किया आपने, अच्छा ठीक है। वो और जैसे अब न्यू डेवलपमेंट क्या हो रहा है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया अब आज की डेट में जो भी डाटा के ऊपर बहुत सारा वर्क कर रही है, फॉरेन में भी जो भी हमारा डाटा स्टोर होता था उसको भी इंडिया में वापस लाने के लिए कर रही है। तो क्लाउड पार्टिकल और इसके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा काम हो रहा है। अच्छा, सारे स्टोरेज हम इंडिया में ही बनाएंगे, इंडिया में जो अपलोड होगा वो इंडिया में ही स्टोर होगा डाटा, बाहर से भी जो डाटा है वो भी सब इंडिया में लाने की बात चल रही है, ठीक है? उसके ऊपर क्लाउड सर्वर, क्लाउड पार्टिकल्स, इनके बारे में एक बार जर्नल देख लेना। तो टेक्निकली आप अच्छे हैं, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, ठीक है? और ये भारत का ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, ठीक है ना? तो इसको इसका आइडिया ले लेना। IIT चेन्नई ने इसको एक कंपनी के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके डिजाइन किया है, ठीक है? क्या टारगेट है? 2025 तक 95% जो इंडियन वो बनेंगे, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यहाँ पे होगा, इन सब में 95% भारत ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का टारगेट है। ओके, इसको एक बार आप देख लेना क्या है, ठीक है? अदरवाइज यू आर गुड, ठीक है ना? गुड लक, ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू सर।